I'm just going to speak from the heart here. What we have witnessed was a total eclipse of the facts. Someone who came out on stage and lied directly to the American people and left things out that he said in an attempt to rewrite history, especially when it comes to Charlottesville. He's unhinged. It's embarrassing. And I don't mean for us, the media, because he went after us, but for the country.
I think what we're seeing here in this hatred for Trump, I mean, there's a lot that embodies the hate. I mean, the fact that he won, the fact that he outsmarted them, the fact that he made a fool out of Hillary Clinton, all these things. But how he did it is just what's driven them nuts. Donald Trump is an average, ordinary guy. He's a real guy. People all over this country recognize Donald Trump as one of them, as a real guy. It's the people inside the Washington establishment who, to us, are the phonies, and who are the ones who affectate things and try to act smarter than they are, and act aloof, and act above us, and act as though they're our betters. Trump doesn't do any of that. He doesn't kowtow to them. So their hatred just is constantly amplified and magnified, and it geometrically progresses. And I really think these people are on the verge of losing a degree of their sanity, because in their world, they should have destroyed him by now. In their world, they should have taken Trump out. In their world, he shouldn't have been elected. In their world, he should have been out after his opening statement. And then in their world, he should have been out after what he said about McCain. Then in their world, he should have been out after the NBC Access Hollywood video. And then after he mistreated Hillary during the debates, and that's the latest. The fact that he doesn't just survive these things, that he triumphs. And then he should have been gone because of the Russia investigation. All of that innuendo, all of that stuff in the news should have destroyed him. It should have made him want to quit. They have fired everything they've got, and he still shows up every day, and then has the audacity to point fingers of blame at them and tell them exactly who they are.
But the very dishonest media, those people right up there with all the cameras. So and I mean truly dishonest people in the media and the fake media, they make up stories. They have no sources in many cases. They say a source says there is no such thing, but they don't report the facts. Just like they don't want to report that I spoke out forcefully against hatred, bigotry, and violence, and strongly condemned the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, and the KKK. I openly called for unity, healing, and love, and they know it because they were all there. So what I did is I thought I'd take just a second, and I'm really doing this more than anything else, because you know where my heart is, okay? I'm really doing this to show you how damn dishonest these people are. So here is my first statement when I heard about Charlottesville. And I have a home in Charlottesville. A lot of people don't know. Here's the first Can't believe they haven't figured that one out yet. Now they know. Now they finally know. But I don't want to bore you with this, but it shows you how dishonest they are. And most of you know this anyway. So here's what I said, really fast. Here's what I said on Saturday. We're closely following the terrible events unfolding in Charlottesville, Virginia. This is me speaking. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. That's me speaking on Saturday, right after the event. So I'm condemning the strongest possible terms, egregious display, hatred, bigotry, and violence. Okay, I think you can't do much better, right? Okay, but they didn't want to put this on. They had it on initially, but then when they talked, he didn't say it fast enough. He didn't do it on time. Why did it take a day? He must be a racist. It took a day. Dishonest people. So here is me. I hope they're showing how many people are in this room, but they won't. They don't even do that. The only time they show the crowds is when there's a disruptor or an anarchist in the room. I call them anarchists. Because believe me, we have plenty of anarchists. They don't want to talk about the anarchists. So this is me. It has no place in America. I'm talking about hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America. What is vital now is a swift restoration of law and order and the protection of innocent lives. No citizen should ever fear for their safety, security in our society, and no child should ever be afraid to go outside and play or be with their parents and have a good time. This is me speaking. Here's further. This is on Saturday, the first one. I did this 3 times. We have to come together as Americans with love for the nation and true affection. Really, and I say this so strongly, true affection for each other. I didn't say true affection for you and you. I said for each other, all of us, all of us, all of us. But they don't report it. They just let it go. Above all else, we must remember this truth. No matter our color, creed, religion, or political party, we are all Americans first. We love our country. We love our God. We love our flag. Then I went on. This is my first statement. And they said, remember, they said, well, he wasn't specific enough. Why wasn't he more specific? So in my second statement, I got really specific. And they said, why didn't he do it faster? I'm telling you, folks, look, I know these people probably better than anybody. And a lot of people have a problem with it because, look, what happens with them, if they're doing a story about me, I know if it's honest or false. If you're reading a story about somebody, you don't know. You assume it's honest because it's like the failing New York Times, which is like so bad. It's so bad. Or the Washington Post, which I call a lobbying tool for Amazon. Okay, that's a lobbying tool for Amazon. Or CNN, which is so bad and so pathetic, and their ratings are going down. Right? But all the network, I mean, CNN is really bad.
That's the truth. If you watch that speech as an American, you had to be thinking, what in the world is going on? This is the person we elected as a president of the United States? This petty? this small, the person who's supposed to pull the country together, certainly didn't happen there.
And it's just driving them crazy. And I think the same thing happened his little appearance today at the fire station in Corpus Christi. The fact that he's sitting there with all these public responders, first responders, that he's sitting there and talking, and they think it's an idiot speaking, and they can't relate in any way. And they're filled with this constant boiling resentment. And it's just worsening. I could give you a taste of it. This happened, the rally in Phoenix, last week when I was out. But there are 3 sound bites here that I want to get to. 2 of them I mentioned yesterday. This is a montage of the drive-by media losing their minds after Trump's rally in Phoenix last week.
Unhinged Donald Trump, untethered to the truth.
He's unhinged. It's embarrassing.
That was a president totally unhinged.
A man who's so clearly unbalanced and unfit.
This is an unhinged, unstable man.
We have seen Donald Trump unhinged.
Wild, unhinged.
I think that the president is unfit and is unhinged.
He's not just completely unfit. He might be psychotically demented and ill of the mind.
This guy is absolutely bat crap crazy.
The only defensible explanation is if he is not mentally well.
People saying that he's unfit to be president.
People can charge Trump with being unhinged.
This man is simply unfit for office, emotionally, mentally.
He is dangerous and truly unfit to be president.
This man is clearly not fit to be president.
The president was unhinged. He is unstable.
I really question his ability, his fitness to be in this office. And I also am beginning to wonder about his motivation. Maybe he is looking for a way out.
So once again, in this montage, and you know the names, Jake Tapper, Don Lemon, David Chalian, Joe Scarborough, Keith Boykin, Patty Solis Doyle, Nicole Wallace, Bakari Sellers, Maria Cardona, Rick Wilson, Anna Navarro, Jorge Ramos, Chris Matthews, Ron Reagan, Lloyd Doggett, John Garamendi, Paul Begala, James Clapper. Notice they all, 90% of them, unhinged, unfit. Do they hear themselves? Do they not realize there's not a speck of originality in any of them in what they're saying? I saw the Trump rally. I watched it with my golf buddies. We're cheering it. Every other line, we're going, yeah, right on, Trump. We knew when he came off teleprompter. We knew the 30 minutes I saw when he came off prompter and started attacking CNN. We all knew what was going to happen after that. That's all it took. That's what these people were going bonkers over, is that Trump deviated from the telepromptered speech and launched into CNN and explained how they have been lying about him and what he had said after Charlottesville. He just launched on them, and he said to them and to their face exactly who and what they are and how they've been behaving. And you just don't do that.